everybody, this is Marie and welcome to Marie's Chatty Tarot. Today we're going to be talking about Jacinda Arden, the New Zealand Prime Minister, her resignation, the new Prime Minister, and what's to come with New Zealand. Now, before we get started, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. And for those interested, today I'm going to be using the Darkwood Tarot deck by Sasha Graham and art by Abigail Larson. So this is a brand new deck that I got not so long ago. I haven't had a chance to really use it yet, but here we go. So about 3 days ago, there was shocking news that came about that Jacinda Arden, the New Zealand Prime Minister, is gonna announce her resignation, and to my understanding, her resignation is to take effect early February, I think the 7th. I'm a little sketchy on the detail, but please feel free to comment if you are in New Zealand. Now, that news came out of nowhere because that lady has been such a big component of the own nothing and be happy type of thing, and very stringent about the lockdowns in New Zealand, that I was shocked to see that she announced her resignation. Now, the first thing that came to mind when I saw that was, well, now that Elon Musk took a hold of Twitter and information is coming out about the adverse effect of the cure. So I'm guessing she probably felt that maybe it's time for her to skedaddle. Him. I don't think she's a woman. That's another story for another time. But the question that I have in mind is, why did she resign? So why did Jacinda Arden, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, why did she resign? So this is the first question. Okay, and let's see what the cards wants to say about that, because I'm particularly curious. Because I know we're watching a movie and all, and that. But it felt kind of left field. So let's see. I did the Jacinda Arden, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, resign. Okay. Cut the cards. Go with this one. So the first card is the Ten of Wands. Interesting. To answer the question, Judgment as situation. Hierophant in the past. Lovers, present. Six of Cups, potential outcome. Five of Cups, clarification. Ace of Wands, clarification. So this is such an interesting, I know I say that for every spread, interesting. Okay. So the Ten of Wands, you see this beautiful horn lady with this wand, and then she had like a bunch of wands in her backpack or satchel. So all wands is about passion, it's about inspiration, it's about what drives you, it's about what motivates you, what pushes you forward, right? And I asked the question, why did she resign? So all 10 of wands, all tens deal with ending of sort. So when I said 10 of wands, when I said wands represent passion, motivating, she is at her wits end. She have reached the end of the line for her, and I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't even her. It was probably another double or masked person or whatever, because that 10 tells me that she has been out of the picture, out of the um, power, because ending again, all tens or ending. Uh, that you are either on your way out or you have been on your way out a while ago. And I think that it might have happened a while ago, because the next card that showed up is the Judgment card. Now the Judgment card is a major arcana, and now every time that you see a major arcana is in a spread, it amplifies the message. So a minor arcana, like the Six of Cups, the Five of Cups, all of that will be uh, uh, minor changes. But when you see a major arcana, a trump card, you could say like the Judgment card or Lover's card or Hierophant, those are, it amplifies the message. And it was as if it was destined to happen, that it was meant to be, sort of feel to it. So it's as if the universe, when you really want to overemphasize a particular situation or a particular event. So with that Judgment card is basically a person who had an awakening, a deep soul awakening, a moment, that an awakening that shook them to the core, so to speak. So that tells me that she may have been processed uh, by the good guy, quote unquote, um, and may also not even be in this world, because those two cards together, it's got like a double whammy. So this is an ending card with that 10 of wands, and this is the Judgment card, deep soul awakening moment. Usually it's not, each card in itself is not a big deal, but together it really overemphasized the fact that she may not even be around, that all of this might have been CGI or an image or some sort, but she is not here because she have been judged, she have been processed. So okay, moving on. Past. The card that you see here is the Hierophant. Now usually the Hierophant is not, it's a beautiful card. The card This card revealed itself to me in a sense that once you have mastered yourself, or you have mastered a skill, or you have find out who you are, you would want to express yourself in an organized way. And the Hierophant is that way that you organize yourself. So example, if you are a Christian person, you identify as a person who believes in Christ the Lord, and you are into uh, Christianity, that dogma, that belief. So you want to express yourself in a way that honors that belief, or that reflects that belief. So the Hierophant is about expressing yourself in a way that it's about expressing yourself in your belief, right? So if you believe in Allah, and so you're gonna want to express yourself maybe in the Muslim faith or in that particular way. But so that too. So it could also be about education, it could be also about higher learning, all of that. But in this particular situation, the Hierophant represent the Pope, the Vatican, and everything that it stands for, meaning hoarding power, meaning using religion as a way, as a tool as a power tool to subjugate a particular group of people. So in the past, the fact that we're seeing the Hierophant, we asked the question, what why did she resign? So obviously she was a bad person. She was not a good person by no any means, and we can judge that from her actions, from how she behaved and how she used her power to really hurt the people. And with the Lover's card in the present, huh? So Lover's card, yes, it could be about love, passion, and all that, but it could also be about communication. It could also be an agreement. So it's as if to say, that there was an agreement that was made, once she got processed, once she got caught and processed and judged. It was just that there was an agreement to possibly use her image or maybe herself as a tool to use those tactics, maybe to wake up the world, maybe to wake up her population, wake up the people. And that Six of Cups, usually Six of Cups is a card of giving. You see that crow giving to its young, feeding it. It's a card of family connection. It could be about friendship. It could be about surprise. It's also about the loving exchange. It could be about nostalgia. But in this particular sense, it feels as if um um because this card could also be about uh kindness, a giving, a gifting, because you can see that crow is gifting. Now, the fact that the crow shows up is so interesting because the crow has the ability to see through, to see clearly in the dark, in the spiritual world. They also have the ability to travel back and forth from different dimension, or in the spiritual world and in the all world as well. And that tells me as if this was Six of Cups, a gift, uh, a kinder, gentler gift or way to wake up people. Because clarification is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is emotional disappointment, uh, being dissatisfied. So it's as if to say that if these people were really quote unquote in power, they would have been so much worse. And it's as if the cards was trying to say that this way, the way that Jacinda acted toward its people, the severe lockdown, it was a kinder, gentler way to wake up the people, uh, and to have them be disappointed, be emotionally dissatisfied. Uh, it was like a kinder way of doing it, and to awaken people, to have them, because the Ace of Wands is about, again, passion, motivation. It's really a way to spark them, to activate them like pretty quickly and fast, because the ace the Ace of Wands, or aces, or yes, it also new beginning, and really, really, really awaken the people, because this card is more, it feels like more of an awakening, have people come to the realization of what's going on even more quickly. So that's interesting in and of itself. So I think she was processed a long time ago, so she reached her end. She was judged, and I think her purpose was served, in the sense that the way that she handled the lockdown, the pandemic, was so severe that it awakened a lot of people in the world, in New Zealand. So that's pretty interesting. So the next question that I want to ask is, how about the new prime minister? Now, I saw a picture of him, the mask. He was wearing a mask, and it covered his whole face. Like, you could barely see his eyes and everything. So let's ask about him. So the new prime minister that's gonna come after Jacinda Arden, He appeared to be he looks like a man. So let's see. I don't know his name. So if anybody knows, please feel free to put it in the comments. So the new prime minister that's coming after Jacinda, what is he gonna be about? I mean, is he gonna be working for the good? Is he gonna usher New Zealand into a better, you know, a future? So let's see what the new prime minister, the one that's succeeding Jacinda Arden in New Zealand, what is he gonna be about? So Tower moment to answer the question. King of Wands situation. Five of Sword, past, recent past. King of Pentacle, present. And Ace of Sword, potential outcome. Strength, clarification. Empress, clarification. Okay, give me 1 second. So the Tower card that shows up as the first card in the spread tells me that I think it was a surprise that of his, I don't know, nomination, or that he's gonna be the one to take over. So I think that was like an unexpected event for either the people of Australia or people who are very familiar with politics in that region. So it was like an unexpected event. Maybe the resignation itself, or maybe the announcement of him being nominated or to be taking over the job. So this was unexpected to answer the question. And the King of Wands for the situation. So usually the King of Wands is a charismatic person, very successful, very out there in the public, not afraid of expressing himself. Now usually when I see this card, this is my Mr. T card, but it could also be a group of people. Either him, Mr. T, or a group of people that are working, manipulating, or in control, that are really puppeteering these players. So it's as if, basically, like, the alliance, the good guys, are in control of New Zealand, and they're the one, pulling the strings. This is what this is telling me with this card. So now that's interesting. Now when we ask the question, about the new PM, what is he about? It appears that with the Five of Swords. So Five of Swords, usually when you see five, especially with Five of Swords, it means conflict of sword. It could be strategy. It could be like some funny business going on. So this particular person, I would not be surprised, like if you do his Wikipedia, if you look at his resume, he may be a cabal, a deep state person, or he might be very good at, talking in a way that appears that he's for the people, but maybe he's not. So he's probably one of those, rhinos or slick, suave politician who kind of really know how to use the words to double speak and pretty much not say anything. And to even further emphasize present time with that King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles is usually a person who's very successful, very pragmatic, very materialistic, very about, their achievement and what they've done, but the school that they've done went, they like to throw names, they like to name dropping. That's the kind of person. But also it's also my deep state card, believe it or not. And the reason why the King of Pentacle is about anything that deals with that's tangible, that you can touch. And so I can see this card in two ways: that he is a person who's really deep into the cabal, very deep into, you know, the school of thought that they want to maintaining power, that, you know, they want everything for himself. Or it could also mean that there's a lot of big evidence that's going to come about, either surrounding him or about the administration or about the cabal in general. So I think all of the above can apply, in that, you know, he's pretty much with the bad guys, pretty much, you know, higher ups, deeply rooted with the bad guys. And so I'm not surprised. So this is, you know, King of Pentacles. In potential outcome is the Ace of Sword. So Ace of Sword means that during his tenure, however short or long it may be, a lot of truth is going to come out, either about him or either about the administration, Jacinda administration, either about the whole truth of the cover-ups, the censorship. So it looks like a lot of information is coming out, and I won't be surprised. It kind of makes sense because Twitter is putting a lot of information, throwing everybody under the bus left and right here. So I won't be surprised that, you know, more information comes out about what occurred in New Zealand, and as a result, with the Ace of Cards, new beginning. People, so sword is about thoughts, words, facts. It could also mean spiritual awakening, because the swords cut through the matter. You know, the swords separate uh, uh, pretty keenly, and swords can be harsh as well. So it's going to be a spiritual awakening for people when all that information comes out, because once you know something, you can never go back. And that's why that Ace of Sword is so powerful, because once you know something, you digest it and you accept it. You know, you're not going to want to go back to the way things were before. You would want to move on, you would want to move forward. So a big awakening is coming out. And it's interesting that two major arcana is showing. So again, every time you see major arcana, it's over amplifying a particular situation. And the strength card is that it could be, yes, you're probably going to have to be strong, because a lot of things are going to overemphasize. It's going to amplify. Things are usually the Empress card is a card of abundance. It's a card of love. But it looks like, you know, it's as if to say, with that strength card here, to buckle up. A lot of information is going to come about in a very big way, because the Ace of Sword with the Empress, every time that you see an Empress, it multiply everything that you have. So when you have the Empress next to any card, it amplifies, it multiply, it makes everything bigger, because the Empress card is a card about abundance, luxury, comfort. But in this sense, I didn't get a sense of luxury or comfort. I got a sense that shitload of information, like gigantic proportion, is gonna come out, and a lot of people are gonna have to hang on and be strong emotionally, mentally, spiritually, in order to digest the level of crazy. So, wow. Okay. So, okay, last question. So I think advice from the universe for the people of New Zealand. I mean, this is a lot, right? So Jacinda's leaving, new prime minister is coming in. It seems like the same old, even though, yes, the good guy may be behind the curtains pulling the strings, but it's it looks like they're gonna, it's the tenure, his tenure is gonna be a lot about exposing crimes, right? So let's see what advice that the cards have for the people of New Zealand. Um, oops, for the next few months, because as those information start trickling in. Let's see what the cards have to share for the people of New Zealand. Nine of Cups, Star, situation, Five of Wands in the past, recent past, Queen of Pentacle, present, Four of Pentacle, potential outcome, Five of Sword, clarification, and Four of Sword, and clarification. So the first card is the Nine of Cups. We ask for what advice for the people of New Zealand. So usually the Nine of Cups is a beautiful card. It's about having your wish come true. It's about having your desires fulfilled. But in this particular sense, this card came across as, stay in positivity. Stay focused in high vibration or in high spirits. In a sense that don't let the negativity of what's going to happen, of all the bad news that's going to, drag you down. Try to stay in your positivity. Try to stay in an uplifted mood, even though it's hard to do, because the situation card is Star. The Star card is a hope and healing, but it could also mean about exposure. As things come forward, try to keep positive, and has more exposure come about, use this opportunity to heal yourself, others, by staying in a positive vibration. So that's pretty kind. Now, in the recent past, Five of Wands, a lot of people might feel be in conflict, either within themselves, with information that's going to come out uh, about everything, the lockdown, the cure, and everything in between. So you might be in conflict. And it also, or in cognitive dissonance, where you would believe that vaccines are okay, and then this other reality is coming, smacking you in the face that, well, they are not. So there might be a lot of inner conflict going on, and you might be in conflict with other family members as well. So the advice is, that's going to come out. So in the present time, advice is Queen of Pentacle. Queen of Pentacle is a woman who is very successful by being pragmatic, by, guarding her resources. Always, so everything that deals with Pentacle is about tangible, what's tangible. It could be money, it could be resources, it could be food, it could be. So it's as if the universe is trying to be as pragmatic as possible. Use this opportunity not to fight, but to be pragmatic and to really take stock of what you have, of your resources. Is it land? Is it food? Is it money? So trying to take stock of what you have, it's going to be a concern, because the fact that the Queen of Pentacles is showing up and not the Page is telling me it's a big deal that you're going to have to really take note of. Now, it could also be evidence that more evidence is going to come out. But in this particular situation, it feels about keep stock of of your of your of your resources, money, assets, you know. uh, Also, try to be as pragmatic as possible. This card is about being pragmatic, being practical. And and now is not the time to be esoteric or to be in the ether. You have to buckle down. Things are going to get hard. You need to really take stock in a big way. um, and to overemphasize, Four of Pentacle, for me, when I see this card, it's a conservative card. Conservative, not in the sense, but trying to be um, not wasteful, being frugal, trying to take stock of what you have, trying to keep what you have, make sure that what you have lasts longer. So really counting your coins, you know, because things might get a little crazy, and not only to be practical, but really, so it could be practical skills. It could be, again, pentacles have to do with anything tangible. So the advice is to be as practical as possible, conserve what you have, make what you have last as long as possible, whether it's money, whether it's resources, whatever it is. So now is the time, for people of New Zealand to band together and really work together, right? To unify, work together, and to try to conserve, um, and make sure that your resources can last longer, because there's going to be a lot of tactics being used to further continue the attack, because now there's this whole thing about eating bugs and stuff like that, and other tactics that I'm sure they're going to be using to attack you, to hurt you. So now is the time to really conserve, huckle down, you know. So that Five of Swords is about attacks. It's about funny business, uh, not being truthful, because all thoughts and words is about information that's not to your advantage. That's not helpful to you, because information empowers somebody, and when you're keeping information, it hurts. So there's going to be a lot of those funny business. And the device is about hankering down. It's about conserving what you have, unifying, working together. Make sure that your resources, you could use your resources, uh, 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 take stock of what you have, and uh, prolong your resources, right? And also to use this opportunity to to reflect, to reflect, to change, and to heal, because this is a card of a person who's you know relaxing. Well, not so much, but really taking all thoughts and words, all sorts of thoughts and words. But this is a card of a person who's in deep meditation. So also use that time to, I'm not saying to lay low, but kind of, sort of, to be in retreat with yourself, and to really take stock, pay attention. Basically, pay attention, use discernment, use this opportunity to use discernment, do research, take stock, not really to be too active, but conserve and be mindful of what's going on in terms of information, because this is a card of being in retreat, using this opportunity to be in retreat, conserve what you have, because it's going to be a lot of funny business going along. I know, long video, but I thought this was we needed to take a look at New Zealand. It's been in the news for a long time, and thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. I know it was long. I really appreciate you, and please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon in the next one. Bye.